Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pal World. I hope you all had a very nice holiday. Here, I'm just kind of showing off a new base that I've been working on in the Feybreak update, specifically grabbing Hexolite crystals and also being in a very convenient location to farm chromium and Nightstar sand. Now, as you can see, there's one, and it didn't spawn back yet, but there are two Hexolite crystal formations in this base, so it's not necessarily the most efficient at farming them, but it is fully automated with enough mining pals, and there's plenty of other crystals along this beach area. And this is located at -705, -1017, so I've made a decent chunk of exploring. I've probably been working through this update for about like 20 hours ish, because I've been distracted by other games that I've gotten for Christmas, and also just spending time with family. And instead of using one of the flying pals, if you haven't been into this island yet, you'll want to bring ride and ocean pals, because despite its gorgeous terrain, there's a lot of anti-air missiles everywhere if you haven't already experienced that, which is quite hilarious. Now for the chromium, there is a mine right over here, which is not too far away, which has one of the bounty targets in it, which conveniently, because we're inside, allows us to use one of our flying pals. In this case, I'm Shadowbeak. I almost forgot because I keep nicknaming them random things like Legend of Zelda Kukos because they're scary evil chickens. And this is one of the most broken pals of all time, and I'm glad that they have never changed that. So after you hopefully very easily take out the boss, you can use one of the cutest new additions, Smokey, in order to detect chromium deposits in the mine. And I think, or sorry, Chromite. Chemist. I'm a chemist, so I'm just going for chromium, the actual real life metal. But you can wander around using the detection ability, and I think you get bonus chromite because of this particular pal's ability, and then you also don't have to carry around a metal detector. And I know I already said it, but look at him. He's just a cute little shadow doggo. He's absolutely wonderful. Um, so then the last new resource, Nightstar Sand, it only appears at night. So since I already kind of showed off where a nice large supply of chromite is, I'll go and do a small little base tour and talk about some of the pals. Hopefully, not taking super long for the day cycle to come through, and I can just show off how much Nightstar Sand is on the beach. Generally, you don't have to go with this big with a base. I just very much enjoy base building, and I'm fueling this one entirely with the guild chest, which is another one of the new items where basically it's a linked chest between all your bases. So I have two other bases fueling this one. If you'll notice, this is 4 building units high. Originally, I was just thinking going 3, but there is a slight slope in the ground. You always want at least 3 because is a chance you can throw large pals like Menacing through the roof if it's only 2. Under the stairs, I've tucked away non-interactable things like the fountain that just boost growth. Now, minestrone is probably the best new food item because well, maybe it's not the best new food item, but it's the best base food item in my opinion because you can just have it grow from a bunch of plants. And I have a chill cold food box here with the Van Worm Crest because it's nocturnal. A bunch of beds, a happy snowman, and entirely room for a top floor, which I didn't really plan yet, but there's a lot of potential here if you did want to more exclusively make bases on the island of Feybreak. In terms of pals, nocturnal pals which I think were in Sakurajima, but I didn't really capitalize on, are immensely powerful because they're just whatever your normal PAL was. But then they also just do things at night. So Noclum, great for transport and mining. Of course, Blasma for cooking and mining. Vanworm Crest, because it's a dark type, doesn't even need the nocturnal ability, but it already has one. Um, Orzurk for electricity generation with Hellzephyr Lux, and then Wix for farming pals. Pernelia is a really good new one because their ability allows more crops to be grown, which is great in combination with some of the others. Lileen's and Pitalias just have great abilities overall. And I actually just brought one of my most powerful Wixen over here because, like this guy, sometimes you just have pals walk into the base and you just actually need to send a message. So before building this base, this was like the only base that I've ever done where I've actually like grinded up PAL levels to make sure that they can not withstand attacks. So mostly I brought with that Wixen, even though it has the ability Musclehead, which reduces work speed just to help craft all of the to help build all the utilities, and also to fend off things like that Serpentera, because all of them have incredibly high level. So for right now, I'm going to, well, you guys won't notice anything, but I'm going to pause and let this get going tonight so I can show off where all of the Nightstar sand is. Alright, now that we're back at nighttime, you can already see, although there's some Feybreak warriors there, that Nightstar sand is all over the beach. So basically, all you need to do is just walk out a little ways and grab it. While I'm here, I might as well clear out these guys and show off probably one of my new favorite weapons of the update. Granted, I haven't tried a lot of them yet, but I love the semi-automatic single-shot rifle. It is quite a, it really is nice. Now, is it as good as the laser rifle? No, absolutely not. The laser rifle is much better. However, the resources in order to make and maintain this one are much easier to collect. And as you can see from these little yellow glowy spots, there is Nightstar sand everywhere, just from around the base and all across the beach, making this a very, very nice resource collection place, as well as there are chests, lots of enemies, and as you can see, there is a Valeris Aquaphyte that you can use to get ancient parts. And yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of Nightstar sand. The scenery is gorgeous, and yeah, that is pretty much the base. And I also will say that the semi-auto rifle is in part a favorite because when I was little growing up, my grandpa liked to watch spaghetti westerns while I was visiting with my grandparents. So occasionally there might be a title like A Fistful of Dollars, A Few More Dollars, or if I was making them up myself, More Than a Few Dollars, or A Dead Man's Dollars, or if someone decided to have me direct one, More Dollars Than a Dead Man. All joking aside, I love my grandpa. It was always fun hanging out, and in those ones, like, instead of a sniper, you just have a guy with a lever action rifle on a roof. So, all silliness aside, I think this is a really good location for a base. I know that there's still a lot of work that can be done with it, but I think it's a really, if you're like me and just kind of taking everything slow and not rushing through, this is a really good starting location to base your exploration on the Feybreak Island while getting a lot of the new resources. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!